So we're talking about the wheel of the year. So this is based on really white European indigenous culture. And not all of us are from Europe. That's not all where we our roots are, but many of us are. And again, October 31st, which we call Halloween, was considered to be New Year's Eve, and November 1st is the new year. Now, the celebrations went from October 31st through November 2nd, lots of harvesting, crops, and livestock, and it was a transition time. And it was believed that the veil of time lifted so that we could commune with those who had gone before us more clearly than any other time of the year. And that is how we get Halloween, All Souls, All Saints Day, Hallowed Eve, the Hallowed Eve. And so there are similar celebrations in cultures and traditions all over the world. In Mexico, Dia de los Muertos, right? In China, it's called Zhongyun Festival. In Japan, it's called the Bon Festival. And I've already mentioned All Saints Day and All Souls Day in the Christian tradition. So the idea is, and this is, of course, where we get ghosts and goblins, and, we've made it spooky. So what we're going to do, like we did last week, is really work only with the non-spooky ancestors, just the ones who love us and who want to be here for us. And the reason, not only is it the time of year, but what I love to remember is that we are not the first people to live on planet Earth who had worry. We're not the first people who had grief or anxiety. People have lived through intense times since the beginning of humanity. So today I thought we would really tap in. So we're going to notice any healthy ancestors who want to come forward and support you, especially during this next week. Okay. And there may be more than one. And it does not mean you need to have done any genealogy work. Mm-hmm. As usual, when we work with our spiritual imaginations, you may not see or imagine any ancestors, but we'll work with an energy. And you may see or call to mind some ancestors and sense into their presence. So I'll be leading us through that in a veil of protection as the veil lifts so that only the healthy ones come and support us. And so that's what we're going to do today to help us prepare for the election. And there may be other things that come up as we're in this beautiful circle. So feel free to mute yourselves if you haven't already, and let's begin. Like always, let's tune into our bodies just a bit. Notice if there's any ache or pain or tension. And then use a somatic practice, a body-based practice that you like, to just honor those parts of your body that are tight and tense and aching. So that may be breathing, that may be putting a hand on that part. That may be imagining energy from your heart flowing into that body part. We're just coming into our bodies right now. Moving the body part, rolling. We ask for a blessing on this time, that universal love surround our circle today, be moving among us in the circle, that only that which is to our highest good and the highest good of our country and the world and the planet happens today. Should do that every time we meet, but just a blessing on our time. And begin to notice your own energy body now. And we invite that universal love to come down through the tops of our heads. Again, you can use your hands, you can just imagine golden light, and whatever it works for you to feel the energy of love and life dropping from the top of your head to your forehead, to your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your belly, your hips and thighs and base of your spine. Universal life. Some call it Reiki, Chi, prana. Just feeling it enter you, flow through you, balance and harmonize you, and begin to shine brightly out all around you in a bubble. Your own divine light is joining that light. And if it works for you to imagine us, we're in a circle of trees. Just at sunrise, as the sun is peeking up, and we might imagine us all in blankets, coats, but we're comfortable. We're not chilly. And then each of us is shining brightly in a big bubble of light, and just watch that light move between and among us clockwise. We're a circle of light together in community. And behind us is a circle of trees, and it's as if the trees are sparkly, like they're all lit up for Christmas. Their energy is shining brightly and sparkling, joining with ours. And if it works for you, just imagine behind the trees, each tree is a big standing stone, grounded in the earth, at least 10 feet tall, ancient, around for so long, longer than the trees. And feel those bright stones shining brightly. And then outside of the stones, the circle of stones, we begin to invite healthy, wise ancestors, warm family members who are free of ego and disputes, your family spirit guides who want to support you. You are theirs, you belong to them, you hold their DNA in your body. They love you and want to have your back. There may be a bunch of them behind you. Just tell them we've invited them to our circle this morning to ask for their support and help. And just begin to notice if there's a particular healthy ancestor who wants to really be there for you today, and begin to sense their presence. Because your ancestors in the spirit realm know you so well, they probably already know what you're worried about. They probably already know what you'd like to release into earth. And just like trees are releasing their leaves, we too can release anything that separates us from spirit and the web of life and our true selves. So begin to bring to mind any challenges, worries, grief. It may be family struggle, it may be this election coming up, maybe the state of our climate and planet. Whatever it is, it's okay. Hold that worry, that grief, that burden in your hands. Just imagine you're holding it in your hands, and it may be big and heavy. You don't have to hold it long. Feel the ancestor who's come now beyond the rock, beyond the tree, right to your back. She or he might be rubbing your back or holding your shoulders. They are here to help you release. And when it feels right and good, set that burden down onto the earth and watch it melt. There may be another one. Feel it in your hands. Your ancestors at your back. The trees and the stones are at your back. Feel the weight of the burden and the worry, the anxiety. And then, with all that support behind you, set it down. Watch it melt. And just give us some silence in case you have another burden to lay down. And if not, just feel all that support at your back, behind you, and then your belonging in this circle. And really soak up the image, the energy, and the support. When you're ready, tune into the ancestor behind you a little bit more. It may be someone recent. It may be who's passed recently and who's healthy and is celebrating their new existence. It may be someone you've never even heard about, an old ancient herbalist or crone or stone worker, a farmer, a hunter, a caregiver, a healer. These ancestors have struggled. In their life on earth, they didn't have the easiest life. We don't need to romanticize them. They may have struggled to put food on the table. They may have struggled with warfare, weather. So thank them for their perseverance and courage. And if there are any other gifts of this ancestral community, this person in particular or group of people, are there gifts they want to give you in terms of character? Maybe it is courage or resilience, creativity. Maybe they're calling you to be a healer in some way, a mentor, an elder. What is a gift of the line? What's a gift of your ancestral community that they want to pass to you today to fill the hole where you laid down a worry? It sometimes helps when we make room in ourselves as we lay down our burdens. We want to fill whatever that hole has become with a gift. What's the gift they want to give you today? They may have shifted and now are in front of you. You may or may not see faces, just feel the presence as they hand you a gift or reveal to you a gift. A gift for this next week, especially. Find in your own way, from your own heart center, a way to thank them for being here today. Maybe you have a gift to give them. You can always meet them again anytime on your own. So say farewell. And as you do that, just notice if these ancestors or this one ancestor wants to meet you again. You just get a yes or a no. And if so, I can tell you more about how to connect with them later, if it's a yes. And then just feel them walk back behind your back again. And let them offer you a blessing with their hands on your shoulder. Let them offer you a blessing of calm, peace, compassion, and whatever else they want to offer. And you feel their hands lift from your shoulders, and you feel their presence disappear for now. And you're back to the circle of stones, shining brightly with light. Inside that, the twinkles of the trees. You might feel the breeze blowing through the trees, and a few more leaves or needles fall. And then come back to our circle, this community, this gathered community of fellow travelers, shining brightly with light, here for each other, a little lighter as we've laid our burdens down and been given gifts and blessings. Giving thanks to each other. And then as we begin to come back into the room where we are, leaving our spiritual imaginations for now, wiggling our toes, our fingers, and when you're ready, returning to the screen.